There we go. Let's see. There we go.
Hello?
I'm here. I love my internet. Here you go. You got a Hanako scene.
It's black.
Oh. Thought I reshared. Let's see. There we go. I think I fixed it.
It's still black.
Let's see. Stop sharing. And then reshare. There we go.
Black.
Very strange. Discord, do you hate me? Okay, let's see. Stop sharing. Let's see. Give reset. And I wonder. Can I just... No, I can't. Dang, that sucks. Okay. It's not loading?
Nope.
Let me do Don's suggestion real quick and restart Discord. Oh, wait. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Task manager. Let's see. Discord. Where are you at? There you are. And end task. Restart. Well, unfortunately, Don, as much as I hate to say it, there's not much I can do about my internet just randomly wanting to cut out. There we go. Let's see. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I'm here now. Okay, and share screen.
Alright, it's working. Hurry up.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Let me flash up the little text history so Dawn can see it. If she has to, she can pause the stream. Let's see, just scroll back up. Scroll back down. There we go. Okay. There you go.
The staff at the orphanage offered me some good options on what I could do. Middle school hadn't been good, so I thought that Yamaku might be better. it was isolated, and I thought it might be easier to get by here with most of the others being disabled.
It's pretty ironic that the reason that Hanako looked forward to Yamaku are the exact reasons I hated the idea. To me, it felt like I was being shunted off somewhere away from society and everybody I knew. To Hanako, that probably was an inviting prospect. What was life like at the orphanage?
It was okay. The staff there were nice, and they took care of us. The children there didn't talk to me much, but I didn't really want to talk to them either, so I didn't mind. The orphanage had a little library, so I started to read to pass the time. The staff didn't mind it because it made me easier to handle than many of the other children.
You didn't make any friends there?
No, I think my life was on hold during that time. I knew that, but I didn't mind.
To think their life was on hold for all that time, no. Depending on when the fire happened, that was a huge chunk of her life. No parents, no friends, and apparently no relatives. We walked through the door into the courtyard, expected to need to avert my eyes from the sun, but by now it's well into sunset. Hanako's eyes kept flicking to me, so I looked away from her for a bit.
What was it like in the hospital?
I quickly clear my thoughts and try to refocus them. I hesitate for a bit, but I know I have to tell her. We're close enough for her to feel comfortable telling me this, so it's only fair that I reciprocate. It was okay at times, but other times it was pretty bad. At the beginning, everyone sent their sympathies and came to visit often. It was just like breaking an arm or something. Meeting all my friends was one of the good times. Iwanako came often as well, more than anyone else. But there were bad times too, and my friends slowly stopped visiting. I began to realize how grave my situation was. It reminded me that this wasn't just a broken limb, but now that I was a different person than before. Even the times Iwanako was spent with me became torturous. By the end, we were reduced to silence, whereas before she'd be talking constantly. But that's how Iwanako always was. She may have been a fragile person, but she would talk constantly to try to hide that fact. Not about anything in particular, just talk. I think the three lowest points would have been when my parents told me I wouldn't be going to my old school anymore. My birthday was passing while I was in the hospital, and when Iwanako left for the last time. We leave the school buildings behind us as we begin to follow the main path through the gardens. There may have been the odd bystander in the school buildings, but outside we were practically alone.
What was your middle school like?
I liked it. I grew up in a really metropolitan area, and the middle school was nearby, so it was pretty crowded. I didn't mind it, probably because I was used to being in crowds and around lots of people. I got good grades, and I played soccer with friends. I did a fair amount of time hanging out with them at the school as well. Did get teased a bit over my hair, though.
Your hair?
I grimaced a bit as I put my hand over my hair to cover it. I kept getting tufts and strands that refused to flatten or stay where I wanted them to, and my mother wouldn't let me just get my hair shaved. It was a bit of a habit. It had a bit of a habit popping out, no matter how much I tried to brush it down. I know that feeling, Yusao.
It still does. A little.
I was worried I'd get that reply.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I gave a mild laugh and waved it off. It's fine, I know it still does. It feels strange to have someone act so interested in my past. If it were anyone else, I'd think it would just act polite, but it's something I really don't think Hanako would do. Or if she did, she'd do it so badly that it would be obvious. There's a number of girls in the common room on the ground floor, and Hanako presses herself to my side once more as we pass them. I expect her to break up, but instead she continues to cling on to me as we walk towards the stairway. Something about the way she's holding on to me feels different from usual. I'm left in a deep thought as we walk up the stairs and down the hallway. It's only when we stop that I look up and realize I've been following her without question. Why did we come to your dormitory room? She looks straight at the door without much as a glance in my direction. Hanako? She moves to answer but stops herself. Instead, she silently breaks from my side and opens the door and steps inside. I look up and down the hallway, a bit lost exactly where I should go. Shrugging, I decide to follow her since I don't have any reason to do otherwise. Hanako stands in the middle of the room and looks straight at me. It's unnerving when she does this. This is such an unusual action for her. I open my mouth to speak, but she preempts me.
Could you close and lock the door?
Hanako's hand reaches for her chest, grabbing at her blouse, at her heart. I turn and lock the door and shut and freeze. Do I need to get McCree before I click this?
Just wait.
The atmosphere is beginning to feel quite strange. Feeling is only made more profound when I hear the curtains being pulled behind me. It's going to be night soon. We're a guy and a girl in a bedroom. She's closing the curtains and I'm shutting and locking the door. She can't. She really can't have that in mind, can she? I go up and turn around very slowly. Hanako's in the center room, but hasn't turned back to face me.
You told me about your past, so I have to tell you mine.
She's taking a breath, shuddering breaths, and paused for a number of seconds. Her hand moved the ribbon and began to tug, all but confirming my thoughts. Hanako.
Please don't say anything.
Maybe at least stay hushed as she slips off her ribbon and continues to unbutton her blouse before working on the clip of her bra. The process is slow, but it feels slow because of what she's doing. I'm not sure. Is she gonna go full on about showing the scars?
Just keep going.
Frozen on the spot, all I can do is watch as Hanako's hands trembling up clips her skirt and lets it drop to the floor. Hanako. Finally, she takes off her blouse in her hands and draws it off, her bra falling from her shoulders. And so Hanako stands in another room, all but bare, save for her stockings and underwear. Oh, Hanako.
This is me. All of me.
You should put up McCree now.
At least they didn't get to the point where, at least I was able to show that little reveal. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scarring on her back. The skin on her right side is of similar texture to that on her face, but it's also stretched, taut, and covering a much larger area. The scarring is by far the worst on the shoulder, buttock, and thigh. Just my heart attack redefined my life. This is the event that redefined Hanako's. If I had seen this when we first met, I would have been shocked. Not only the sight, but also the idea that something like this was survivable. But after having had so much time to get used to the idea, after seeing the scars on her face, hand, and collar, my reaction was more measured. My action right now is not due to her scarring, but to her body.
The fire happened when I was 8 years old. It was night. We were sleeping when it started.
Moniko's voice trembles, the shaking of her blouse giving away the fact that her hands are doing the same.
I curled up into a ball. But when the fire swept over me, my mother, she tried to shield me. That's the only reason I lived.
Hanako's eyes begin to moisten, her voice cracking under the combination of pressure of exposing herself to me like this and reliving those painful memories from so long ago. I wanted to say something, anything to make her feel better. I can't. Well, I feel completely useless when faced with a situation like this. She's forcing herself to come so close. Yet at times like this I feel the most distant from her.
I'm sorry for making you see this.
There's no point in denying the obvious. I think I should say what I should say now. What Hanako wants me to say now is the truth, what I genuinely believe. It doesn't matter. You're a wonderful person, Hanako. Your body hasn't changed that. She looks at me for a long time, her breathing uneven. She tries to remain steady amidst the emotions we're both feeling. It feels less like she's looking at me than she's looking through me. I slowly walk toward her and gently place my hand on her shoulder as she lets go of her blouse. She gasps a little, not in fright, but in simple startlement. Being so close to her causes my mind to become a jumble of feelings. The scarring on her shoulder, plain to see, and leather-like to the touch, conflicts strangely with her otherwise soft skin and dark, silky hair. Hanako is a girl, with all that entails. She's taller than usual for a woman, but still has curves in all the right places. The nape of her neck, just visible thanks to her hair, slung over her shoulder, is alluring.
I know that I'm not pretty like Lily. I just wanted you to see me, the real me.
I've already seen the real you, though. You didn't need to take off your clothes for that. Okay, that answers the question right there that I was curious about. Her lips are open, just a little. She lets out a sharp breath as, without thinking, I breathfully lean in and press my lips to hers. The kiss only lasts for a fleeting moment before our faces part, our quick breathing and nervousness. The feeling of Hanako's mouth lingers, and her eyes remain locked in her mind. Trembling a little myself, I removed my tie and began undoing the buttons of my shirt. Hanako remains standing where she is, looking at the ground in front of her rather than she wants me to undress. On the other hand, I'm thankful that I've always been somewhat self-conscious of my body, but my scarring has made that quite a lot worse. On the other hand, though, this atmosphere feels very strange. My shirt falls to the floor in a heap as untied crimples Hanako's blouse and skirt. Hanako's entire body visibly flinches at the sound of my zipper on my trousers being pulled down. I need singing!
My God.
Not yet?
God. Oh, I'm saying, like, I can't right now.
Oh, just the emotions?
No.
Too tired?
I'm not yeah, I'm tired. I'm not in the mood.
I have an idea. I'll play some 99 Lives. We'll just have to put their link in the description. Let's see. Let me do that real quick. 99 Lives. Let me get this link real quick. As Google Chrome proceeds to die. Yay! Come on, game. Let's see, here we go. this one. Okay, come on, Chrome. I love when things act up. Actually. Come on. There we go. Alright guys, we're gonna have to have that playing in the background just cause censorship. It's a good song though. Kind of emotional. Let's see. Turn that on repeat. There we go. Oh, come on. It'll add in later. Because things are breaking. I say before taking out my boxer and end up leaving them on. They represent one last hurdle that I don't think I can overcome quite yet. Sheer embarrassment stops me along with not wanting Monaco to get even more worked up. My unease about this situation also rubbed me in my installation. Hanako. She gives a nod without glancing at me and makes her way to the bed. I seduce her. She walks over the legs where one starts to find a reason if I won't do the exact same thing. Yep. Alright guys, do me a favor, check out 99 Lives in the description, because they're supporting this music record. They're a great channel, great music, check them out. Royalty-free music for YouTubers, really good music. If I want to do the exact same thing. I take the initiative, turning around and sitting on the side of the bed. I look at her face to invite her to take a seat either next to me or in front of me, but end up awkwardly looking down and stop myself from staring at her body. Nevertheless, she takes her cue and reluctantly sits between my legs. As she does, a rush of sensations hit me all over. The feeling of her behind against my crotch is the most obvious, but her scent is just as strong. She's worked up a slight sweat away from her nervousness, and the smell and feeling of her hair is washed over my face. I try to put on a smile and make the situation a bit more comfortable for her, but it feels very stiff. I decide to make her move things on. One finds itself on her breast, the other rests on her legs. Her lips pursed tightly together as she tries unsuccessfully to suppress a spill of surprise at the action. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Monaco takes a breath and shakes her head as her only reply. A gulp comes deep from my throat, beginning to move around and massage her breast and nipples. It feels really nice, giving way underneath my palm with just a little rainbow. For a while, I don't think it's having again moved at all, but slowly her eyes begin to lower, her breathing slows, some more rhythmic part of her body begins to relax in a moment. It's been really satisfying to be able to make Monaco feel like this. Definitely better than the feeling of her body. I can sense a little hard bump brushing against her fingers against my fingers that I've been before too. I move my hand slowly downward, not trying to pressing her. She gives no protest, and my fingers seem to begin to move up and down the soft groove between her legs. Her body is pressed against mine now. A thin sheen of sweat on both of us. She feels warm, and all this has to do Monaco gives a small gasp, my fingers pressing a little harder, moving a little faster, almost instinctively. The girl in front of me, girl pressing against me, I want her. all of her organs. I stopped moving my fingers, making Hanako give a long breath of relief from the feelings welling up inside her face. Looked to mine, silent but expectant. All I do is nod. I don't know which of us is more apprehensive. I pushed myself onto the bed, extracting myself from Hanako with a certain amount of reluctance. From her part, she slides back and lies with her head on the pillow, breathing heavily all the while. Hanako is lying in front of me, her panties darkened, her chest heaving, her face flushed, her eyes looking into mine. Her scars make her just look all the more unique. On the left, where does she allow me to see her like this? I bring myself closer to her, closing my hands on her waist, waiting for her to nod before taking a delicate hold of her and take them up as gently as I can manage. I don't think I can get them off without tearing them, so I end up leaving them on her legs and moving her pinkies aside. Hanako lies practically naked on the bed, her most delicate parts and the scarring of her body now plain to see. Bring my fingers to her. I stroke her a little bit more, causing her to breathe, breath to catch. She should be okay if she's this aroused. I open my body to remove myself up low on the bed. Hanako's entire body tenses as I bring myself closer. Her eyes wide and she's scared. Take a long breath before I realize something I should have thought of. My eyes closed and comes very deeply. My heart thumps away. The fix on my mind is breathing faster than usual. Of course it breathes regular, I think. I try to keep it in check if I take a sip. I open my eyes and look at her. I guess it smelled a pretty worrying someone else well. I'm okay, just making sure that I was. The answer is a little bit more formal. She looks a little less afraid than before, so maybe showing her that is also worried how to reassure her. I lean her hand, press my lips to hers, my tongue tenderly touching, and feel her body becoming less tense on the just getting us right into the bed. I then remember something and pull back. I lean over to the side of the bed where my trousers are, my hand reaching to the back pocket. I feel blunt for a second until a little full square brush is underneath my hand. I quickly pull it out and myself and Hanako, fiddling with the packet, tape, hello for everything going close, but eventually the rubber sleeve covers what it should, fitting center. My slight confusion at first, trying to make a and seem to have used her a little. I position myself over her as we share a small nervous laugh. Now, though, I need to try and concentrate. I look down and try to get my knees embraced, where I think the right place, and I take my slightly shaking hands. Hanako's face is looking at mine. Her eyes are pointing down where our crotches meet. With a short breath, I position the head and push my hips forward. I don't see this. In one stroke, I push myself fully inside where the rest of the sensations and motion fill my head, and Hanako yelps in pain. Looking at her face makes me feel more uneasy. I mistakenly push too hard and too fast, causing her more pain than necessary. Neither of us really know what we're doing. The last thing I want to do is hurt her. Hanako opens her eyes again and looks towards me. She must have not seen how trouble is to choose her best friend. Her happy face is not convincing at all. I look down and begin to slowly move my head again up, giving her a few minutes to recover. The feeling feels really natural. I can feel muscles moving all over my lower body back and stop moving. I know putting stress on my heart that I probably shouldn't, as well as with every move I keep over my heartbeat. The feeling that Hanako is soft and warm up, they're kind of deadening a little. The sensation I gotta be able to last very long. Her soft gasp and constant movement don't help at all. For Hanako's part, the look of pain doesn't really seem to be dissipating as I hope. Her scar tissue causes one side of her body to move a little differently from the other, and strands of her hair are now sticking to her face. I put my arms around her body and lift it up a little. After some squirming for the both of us, we try to position ourselves a bit differently and minimize her pain. With my hands holding her legs, both of us trying to seem less and less measured movements by now. The smile of Hanako fills my senses. From this position, I'm not stressing my body. My sense of time seems starting. I feel like I'm starting to fade from hyperventilating. I want Hanako to feel good though, and I can't stop now that we've reached this point. A new wave of pleasure suddenly begins to wash over. My feelings are beginning to well up. Now that I can control them anymore. I speed up, concentrating less and less on pacing myself. Every time it feels like I found a rhythm, we're losing our movements from this sound she's making. I don't think this position helped Hanako feel much better. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold her much longer either. I turn her back to the bed, both of us well beyond the point of doing anything but reaching the end. One push after another, I begin to feel that point coming, frantically tensing myself to try to stave it off for as long as I can. Hanako! Hanako gives a small shriek as my mind blinks. My waist hits hers with a fair amount of force as I hit the point. I can feel myself twitching inside her. Her body twists and turns under mine, only heightening the feelings of euphoria. Okay. After a couple seconds, it ends. The sound of Hanako's breathing, my own, rings in my ears, almost painfully loud. Hanako holds her arms over her face, her mouth open and gulping in air. As I hold myself, suddenly my arms almost give way and my vision distorts as if someone's grabbing influence on me. I let my thoughts sideways to the bed, besides depending Hanako for fear of falling onto her instead. We both lie inside each other, naked and pressed into one another in order to fit onto our bed and facing. The first my eyes try to focus on the ceiling, not just she's pulling a blanket over us to stave off the cold that I can. The only sound in the room is our breathing. Sweat that is accumulated on my body feels uncomfortable, both physically and emotionally exhausted and completely unsolid. My vision slowly begins to return to normal as I continue to stare at the ceiling. I'm always still feel like that. I try to concentrate on my breath, finding it to regular and all this. This is a dangerous time. I have to think but to not panic, less my situation any worse. With the huge amount of control of my erratic breathing, forcing myself to make long deep breaths, I count half a dozen before I start to feel physically calm again. I press my hand to my side to reset. My heart beats back to normal. From my side, Crash Hanako is always looking at me. Her expression looks pretty dazed, but underneath that, she was definitely looking concerned. So that's what happened. I'm okay. Everything's back to normal. I barely find myself able to get out the words between breaths. I don't think sex would tire out a normal body this much, so I have no doubt my condition is at least partly a fault. Why did my body have to do this now? Of all times in my heart, I'll push aside when I see the wild smile forming on Hanako's face. As always, I smile back without another. Hanako's smile has always been infectious, as childlike sweetness and earnest. Something that sets her apart from everyone else I know. Right now we don't need words. Everything we want to communicate to each other, we can just share fine without them. My eyes feel heavy as I slowly open the light from outside, making me blink a bit just to let them adjust. My body feels like lead and my head feels just as heavy. Waking up to an unfamiliar ceiling is an uncommon feeling. It reminds me of the first time I awoke to the dimpled white ceiling tile of the hospital. It only takes a few seconds to start as I realized where I'm at. Mrs. Hanako's feels my heart stopped again. As the events of last night rushed into my head, blood rushed to my cheeks and I shut my eyes once more. There's little point to getting myself worked out though this is, so I try to push things off my mind. On my hover side, see Hanako's where she was when I drifted to sleep. There's now an empty space on the bed in the room beyond. Slugishly stood up and rubbed my eyes forward, pinching the sun, bridging my nose and looking around the room. The only person left here is me. I still open my clothes, and after a quick scan of the floor for them, I noticed that they're neatly folded across the room. Tries to my I can't see Hanako's anywhere. Before packing for the conference room, I was discernibly put in the bed. With a great yawn, I get myself out of bed and quickly look for some underwear. Remove the little parts of that my boss was back out after yesterday's efforts. Do a job on me. But I don't have much of a choice. Taking advantage of the fact that I have some kind of time running around, I get myself dressed for the coming school day in short order, then I'm alone. Without any more to busy myself, my mind becomes focused on the fact that I'm sitting in another person's bedroom after we spent the night together, but not a single sign of her around. Okay, I need to move the curtain. You've done good, McCree. Until next round. Let's see. My My gut proves to be more helpful than my brain at working out this riddle. With the loud growl reminds me that she may as well be getting breakfast. I would have liked to wake up next to her, but maybe it's a good thing that I have a few moments alone. Hanuko's room is always quite bleak in appearance. There are a few precious decorations and practically no personal artifacts that aren't hidden away in cupboards and drawers. She lived here for 3 years, but the room looks as if it's barely been occupied for a single day. I shouldn't overthink it. She might just be like living this way, having the ability to put such low stock in physical possessions might have its advantages. Okay, go ahead and close that. Okay, thank you. Possessions have its advantages, but even so, it feels a little disconcerting to her past. She said she viewed herself as having a life that she held on to her life on hold while she was at the door. Certainly lives as if she still does, but after what happened last night, it's pretty hard to imagine that she still thinks that way. The sound of the door handle cracks through my thoughts as I turn to face it. Sure enough, Hanako comes through and shuts the door behind her. She seems to have 2 microwave instant meals in her hands, so this is a little difficult. Good morning, Hanako.
Morning.
She gives a little bow before making her way to the desk, setting both plates. I can see now that the small steady dishes, their contents steaming with a fork stuck inside the rice of each. I give her thanks for bringing them, and then we each take one and get down to eating. She sits at her desk while I sit on the side of the bed. I don't like talking about eating, so the silent stillness isn't annoying in itself. The fact that it only exists because we don't quite know what to say to each other, that's off-putting. Hanako glances toward me every so often as she eats. I only notice her doing so because I'm doing the same thing. We're eating together as if we were a couple. We've even had sex last night. At first, for both of us, something feels wrong now. Maybe it's why we can't say a word to each other as we finish our plates and leave them in the sink. Maybe that's why Hanako's room, maybe that's why we leave Hanako's room without holding hands or making small talk. Maybe that's why it feels we're further apart than we've ever been before. We're in the classroom together. Neither of us has so much as a glancing at each other. Just as we do so, I knew that this is a mistake. Midnight lifts her eyebrow at the sight, her suspicions raised. As we reach the center aisle between the classroom desks and look at each other, I'm not quite sure what I should say. Does she want me to address her as a girlfriend? I'm not sure if I didn't think our relationship was. Oh, why? That's why I feel so ashamed. See you.
Okay.
I awkwardly hold up a hand as we part and take our seats our respective as I back out of her embarrassment. I feel like the gulf between me and Hanako is because of me. Okay, that happened. That was a lag and a half. Midnight begins to make her way towards me, but then Aizawa enters the room. I'm thankful for his arrival being so well timed, drawing Midnight and her questioning away for another time. I wouldn't have been able to answer her anyway. I like Hanako, but I've never told her what my feelings are. Hanako never said she saw me as anything beyond a friend, yet despite that we slept together. The bell signal the end of lunch begins to ring out, as always taken a little off guard. His chemistry lecture being cut off mid-sentence, much to his chagrin. For the entirety of the class, his ramblings had passed through one ear and out the other as my mind mulls over the question of Hanako. I can't get her out of my mind. Now I've managed to wind myself up to it. I realized that she never said yes to what we did. She didn't say no either, but would she have been able to? She's extremely submissive at the best of times, and no doubt it took her gargantuan effort to show me her scarring. I decided to try to at least make conversation with her. That would be the most monosyllabic communication that has been the most we managed between each other so far today. I walked to her desk intending to chat, but she awkwardly blushed and looks down even though I've come up to her. Take a breath and speak to her. I saw myself last words. What in the world should I say to her? Hearing approaching footsteps, I turned to see Midnight and All Might making their way towards us, no doubt with the intent of start some troublesome things. A couple of other classmates are looking at us and gossiping between themselves as they throw their sidelong glances. They must have also noticed Hanako and me coming in together earlier. I opened my head to reach her Hanako, but she preempts me.
I've got to go do something.
She gets out of her chair and dashes for the door. A couple of the books and pens that were on her desk are sent falling to the floor in her rush. Not many people seem to care about this, and a few look around to see what all the fuss about, but then go back to what they were previously doing. Oh, Hanako. I left, desperately looking at the door that Hanako disappeared out. The idea of running after her passes through my mind, but I'm fairly sure that Hanako can run faster than me. Besides, what would I say to her once I caught up? Eventually, I crouched down and began taking up the items that had fallen to the ground from her desk. I feel low in every way, reduced to as students pass me on their way out of the room. At the top of my shoulder, I look up to see Midnight and All Might looking at me curiously about this situation. Curiosity written about the situation on their faces makes me slightly apologetic look at the idea they were partially responsible for what just happened. Young Midoriya, if we can help at all. I just shake my head. It doesn't matter for them. From Midnight's expression and the tone of all my source, I think they know the same thing. Midnight acknowledges my response and then gives a solemn bow for making her way out of the room. All Might follows her out, obediently following her role as Midnight's shadow. I pick myself up, books and pens in hand, and place them inside Hanako's desk. With the classroom now empty, I end up just leaning against her desk and thinking to myself in silence. It feels like there's a complete emotional disconnect between Hanako and me. We haven't known each other for all that long, and despite wanting to start out going out with her, I don't really know that much about how Hanako views things. I've been studying as hard as I can for exams, but I don't feel like I have any real sense of direction behind it. I tried to be a friend to Hanako, even if I couldn't tell her feelings, and all I've done is drive each other apart. I couldn't even write a letter back to the one girl who ever loved me, Wanaka. So what should I do? What can I do? I simply don't know the answer to either of those questions. I do know that no one else can help me with them. Just going back to the way things would be enough to make me happy, but I know that can never happen. Something changed between us last night. It changed beforehand, and it just came to a head then. I know there's a wall that Hanako has between me and her. I've been hitting that wall every time I've tried to interact with her on any level. So now I'm beginning to think that I have my own wall between us just as much as she does. She's practically dragged my past out of me, and mine was much less traumatic than hers. I want to say that it's because I haven't had long to adjust since my heart's set, but I know full well that'd be just an excuse. The one time I could recall where it felt like she was opening up to me of her own accord, we were playing billiards in the city. I was the one who stopped her from going any further. I wanted to know Hanako better. I wanted to save our friendship, if not begin a relationship with her. My mind begins to tick as I sit against her desk, thinking to myself in the empty classrooms we spent so much time together. I have to talk to Hanako. I pace around the park, feeling anxiety roll over me. Every so often, I reach into my pocket and take out my phone, but each and every end up saying slightly more. If it was any normal situation, I wouldn't be cutting class. Unfortunately, it isn't. So I find myself in town below the school at 2 in the afternoon. Ever since I met Hanako, I've been the one to initiate everything between us. The one that started conversations, went to her whenever she was, and suggested that what we should do today. This once, I don't want to be the only one doing it. My hand dives into my pocket once more. This time, I quickly navigate into the texting menu before I have a chance to change my mind again. Hanako, if you want to talk, I'll be at the park in town for a while. Finding the last message out, I thumbed my message to Hanako and pressed the send, and now I wait. My part has been fulfilled. What needs to happen now is for Hanako to make the decision. It would be meaningless for me to drag her here. She needs to decide that for herself whether or not she wants to meet with me. The apple juice from the vending machine tastes awfully bitter as I swallow it down. My grip on the can has caused it to dent slightly in the middle. I shouldn't be this tense, but it's probably inevitable. Hanako is dear to me. What happened in the last couple of days put a lot of pressure on both of us, and the idea of losing all progress we made and coming closer to one another and losing our friendship as a whole is deeply unsettling. But even then, I still don't know how close we are. We may have had sex, but before that all I knew was us to be friends. Maybe we are more than that. If so, I never realized it. Maybe that's why I feel so easy right now. I don't understand Hanako despite all the time we spent together. The minutes are ticking by and I still have no idea whether she'll show up.
So?
I pause for a moment, almost not believing that I'm hearing the voice I'm hearing. I drop the can and stand up with a start. Hanako. We look at each other for a second before Hanako comes too embarrassed to maintain eye contact and begins to nervously fiddle with the rough-cut lock of hair covering the side of her face. When I went to see Hanako in her room by myself after her breakdown, I had no idea what to say. That was fine. Then all we were supposed to do was being each other's person. Now, though, I feel like I need to talk to her directly. I want to break down this wall between us before it says part again. Hanako, what we did last night, how should I interpret it? Hanako stops playing with her hair and looks at me. Her head casts slightly downward. She looks ashamed, which is probably a good mirror of how I would look now if I weren't so concerned.
I thought you might eventually go away if I was only someone you needed to protect. I thought that if I let you do that, you might see me as someone more than that.
My first reaction is disbelief, but I did do it with her. After all, I had plenty of opportunities when I could have stopped things, stepped back, and questioned what we were doing. In the end, though, I didn't. Horrible feeling rising in the pit of my stomach. She offered herself to me because she thought of what I wanted. Now it feels like I took advantage of her. She may be willing, but it's only false premises. I've never been good at hiding my emotions from physical showing. Now it is no different. Hanako looks down once more. A strange mixture of depression, regret, and sickness written on her face. Thick silence hangs there, save for the breeze blowing trees around us.
I knew you couldn't look at me that way.
Hanako's words are said in a little more than a whisper, but seeming directed just as much at herself as to me. In what way? What do you mean?
All I ever was a useless person. Just someone to protect. Someone like a child. I wanted to be more to you than that, but after so long, I got used to it.
Hanako. The tone of her voice is unlike any I've ever heard or used before. She sounds disgusted, not at me, but at herself.
After I came out of my room, I saw that you had started drifting away. I felt like I was going to lose you because you wanted somebody you could have that kind of relationship with. You were more quiet in school than before, and you were getting on so well with Yuko. I thought that I might lose you.
She thought I was bored of her because I wanted a romantic relationship. But we're friends, right? I wouldn't just abandon you like that, even if what you were saying was true.
Friendship was something I thought I'd given up on. I stopped believing in others after what happened, after the accident. Before the accident happened, I got on well with other people and other children. I didn't have many friends, but I didn't mind because I treasured the ones that I had. Afterwards, though, I was called names by the others, teased a lot. It hurt. It really deeply. The teachers tried to help, but they couldn't do much. And even many of them recoiled just at the sight of me. Among those calling me names and teasing me were the ones that I thought were my closest friends. From then on, I believed that it didn't matter if nobody else acknowledged me. All my existence ever did was make people troubled. After all, it was easier if I just didn't exist. But after meeting Lily, and then you, I tried, but I couldn't make myself think that way again.
After all that time, she didn't trust me. She thought, just like everyone else, that she was worthless. throw everything away. Why are you playing? Hey, no. Stop it. Someone I to throw away once I got bored with her. That hurts. That's the one kind of person that I never ever wanted to be seen as, because I know better than most how horrible it feels to be thrown away by someone who I thought liked me. She's cracking from the memory she's bringing up. I feel useless, completely unable to console her in a strange way, though I'm almost thankful that she's allowing me to know this. The wall between us is going away, even if it hurts so badly to bring her down. Hanako, if you just told me.
Was I wrong?
Of course, she wasn't. Hanako wasn't wrong. It's difficult to me at first myself to admit this, but I'm trying to deny everything response to me and to Lily. She was someone we tried to protect. She had become to me what I become to my friend of my heart, a broken person. I liked her, possibly even loved her, but I never acted precisely on her because I thought she was so fragile. I mean, I don't look at you that way now. I got worried about you after what happened to you in class, and I thought I should try to protect you. When you locked yourself in your room, though, I got afraid. I thought you were rejecting me, and it forced me to think about a lot of different things.
I wasn't rejecting you.
She blurts out with an almost scared tone in her voice, taking me off guard. She quickly becomes embarrassed by her outburst before clenching her fists and working through what she wants to say in her mind.
I wouldn't ever do that. Not to you. Even though I was scared, even though I tried to push you away, you still tried to get closer to me. I locked myself away because I was just a burden to you, to Lily, to everyone. Every birthday was the same. Everyone doing their best to pretend that I mattered. Everyone pretending everything was alright for that one day of the year. I didn't want to exist, but they wouldn't let me. Even after meeting Lily, everything was the same. I was as useless as I'd always been, unable to do anything for her or for myself. I didn't want to be the same way to you.
Lily and I were completely wrong. From what she said, everything we did for her, it would have only made her feel worse. Even what little I thought I had right about her was completely misjudgment. After you locked yourself in your room, I decided to try to work out my past as well and sort out my future. I didn't know how to deal with the things I'd lost coming to Yamaku, so I was trying to sort them out myself. I thought it would help us become better friends if I did that. Simultaneously and arrogant, I try to keep looking at her, but I can't. I feel really low and thought, I don't want to apologize. I don't know how I possibly could. I hear her take a deep breath, only to look back to hear her drop to the ground. The sound of her crying breaks my heart. I know I'm responsible for this. I don't know that I can do anything to help her. If Hanako feels ashamed, then I feel all this more so. I rush to her as tears continue to roll down her cheeks, and the baby wrap my arms around her. I don't care how I must look anymore. I just want to be close to her right now.
I'm sorry, Isao. I've messed up everything.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm the one that should be sorry. I was meddling around behind your back, and I never told you anything. I feel my grip tighten on Hanako as my vision blurs. I can't be bothered trying to hold that now. I have to force my words out as a long bit against this thing in my throat. To tell you the truth, Hanako, I was scared. For the first time since my heart attack, I was really scared.
Isao.
I lost so much when I came to Yamaku. I was depending on you more than I ever thought I did. Even now, I still have that hole inside me after losing my entire life and everyone I had known. the thought of losing you as well.
I'm just a useless...
You're my friend, Hanako. No, you're more than that. I love you, Hanako. I love you so much that the thought of losing you frightened me so much. Ah, this is bad. I'm really laying this all. I can't bring myself to look at her face right now.
I'm sorry, Isao. I can't help feeling a bit happy for so long. That's what I've wanted to hear.
The last of the floodgate breaks, the sound of her crying permeating the air as her body jerks against mine. We hold each other tightly, connecting more closely in our shared grief and our shared happiness. I don't know how things are going to be like after this right now, though. I don't care. There's no other person in the world that either of us could possibly share these memories and emotions with. Nobody. After dropping the dirty can in the bin next to the bench, I take a seat beside Hanako. She puts away the handkerchief I gave her to clean herself up, which hasn't helped much. Then again, I doubt I look much more presentable, even though I feel emptied and a bit embarrassed after laying my emotions. Out in public. It's not a bad sensation, though. I think Hanako feels the same way. Have you calmed down a bit?
Yes. Thank you.
For a while, we just sit there and take our time before talking to one another. We both need a little time to collect ourselves.
The weather is nice at this time of year.
Yeah, it is. Passing out now. I close my eyes for a moment, resting on the feeling of the sun's heat and the cool breeze against my face. The weather is really nice today. Really, really nice. You know, I don't want to go back to class right now, do you? She shakes her head. She finished wiping her eyes with her cuff. The small smile she gives is nice, and it's a reminder of how earnest it can be. Smiling for other people might be a completely normal, everyday thing. For Hanako, though, she smiles so rarely and so sincerely that each and every time she does it, I feel a sense of relief and happiness.
I'm sorry for everything.
It's okay. I think we both have a bit to be sorry for.
I know that I'm too shy. I know you don't want me to be. I don't think I can.
You can change, Hanako. I know that because even in the time I've known you, you've already changed. To be honest, just being able to sit here and talk to you like this means you've changed a lot since we first met.
But I can't be like that for anyone else. I don't have any plans for after school ends either.
Hanako's confidence begins to slide down again, but I think now that I can finally talk to her as an equal, I can do it because I know that we're in the same in so many ways. Just give yourself time. You'll be able to achieve what you want. No, I'm sure you'll be able to do it. I can see you trying. You've been trying, and I have faith in you. And you can depend on me if you feel like you need someone to support you, you know?
But I can't ask that of you.
You can, because that's exactly what I'm asking of you. I'm going through the same thing, you know. It's called love. Hanako smiles before I get off the bench and dust myself off. She does the same in a short measure. I'm kind of hungry. Want to grab something to eat? She nods vigorously. The way she smiles, the way she's acting, even the general air she gives off, I feel like as if it's the first time I've seen her genuinely happy. We both make our way onto the street, walking beside each other.
Isao?
Yeah?
I think I don't really understand you.
I don't think I understand you either. But that's just fine, though. There's not a single hint of despair in our voices. Not understanding each other is only natural. The walls we set up between ourselves couldn't possibly be broken down in a single day. But I think that's fine. As long as we take it day by day and try to understand one another, I think everything will be fine. As we walk down the street, though, Hanako's eyes slid to my face and back to the street repeatedly. Is there something on your mind? You look restless. She slows before stopping completely. When I turn to meet her, she takes a long, deep breath, looking at my face intensely. This expression, I've seen it once before in her face, just once, when I accidentally surprised her in her room.
I think I have something I need to give you.
What is it? You don't need to be so evasive about it.
I wanted to give you this for a long, long time. But now that I need to, it's too embarrassing.
Don't worry about it. I'll accept it, whatever it is. She gives a sweet bashful face before taking my shoulder in her hand.
Then please accept my first gift to you, Isao.
Hanako? Oh!
That's why Hanako's route is the best route. Yeah, I need to go. See you, man. You
Yeah.
could close this off without me.
Yeah, I got this. Alright, guys. Oh, what emotions. Just what a route. There's some of the beta designs for Hanako. I kind of like that green dress, but it's a bit more weird to see her like that. My thoughts on this route. This route was extremely emotional compared to the Emmy route. And as my boy Simple stated, that this route was extremely emotional compared to any other route. My heart actually hurts right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. We did it. We beat the Hanako route. The Hanako route's completed. We've got all the pictures. So, I'm going to take some time off from this game to recollect myself. Maybe next week, maybe late next week, I'll start on, me and him will either start on the Shizune route, the Lily route, the Ren route, or, there's one other. Yeah, that's 2 routes down, guys. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you did, come back for my next stream. I play a variety of games, from Katawa to Shoujo to Hyrule Warriors, Fortnite on the Switch. What else do I play? Overwatch, which I need to get back to playing some more of. But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed this stream, as always. And alright, YouTube, Hudson Man 2, signing off. See you later, guys.